All right, Kenny, you got more knowledge on fitness and training than you've forgotten more than most of us know. So one question, those of us that have worked out all our life, I work out.
Yeah.
I took a high school weightlifting class. I know how to work out. What is the difference between working out and training?
Man, that's not just a great question, Darren. It is the question I believe that makes the most difference when it comes to seeing results, right? So the concept of training, right? So you come apply for a job, I hire you, and I put you through training, right? It's a formal experience that really gets you ready to do the job, right? A lot of people when they exercise, it's anything but that level of formality. I go in, I expend energy, I burn some calories, but this concept of something methodical that's building up towards my ability to get better at doing a thing, that only happens when you're actually training versus working out. So if you tell me you've been working on a goal for the last 3 years and I ask you, well, show me your program, and you tell me, well, I don't have anything programmed.
Right.
I've been going to the gym, man, 3 days a week. I do this, I do that. The fact that you've not been measuring and tracking, a lot of people are familiar with the SMART acronym,
Sure.
right? Doing something very specific, something very measurable in order to achieve an attainable goal, right? Relevant, time-bound agenda. At a training facility, you meet with somebody who understands what your goals are, what your needs are, and then puts together something that is very specific, measurable, and attainable, relevant, and time-bound agenda towards said thing, right? People that exercise and are working out is a very casual approach, right? I go in, I expend some energy, maybe I track a couple things, maybe I don't. But people that are training you come to me and I told you I've achieved a goal. I can show you the program that I've been using to get there. I can show you how I was able to troubleshoot things that were not going according to plan, as well as what I was able to do to accelerate things that were going according to plan. So at a training facility, more so than like a commercial gym, for example, you will see people that are under guidance, under supervision, in an attempt to get to a certain goal very efficiently and very, very effectively, right? In your experience, for example, have you followed something of a structured program, or have you seen yourself doing much more of a kind of casual?
Yeah, more sporadic. I mean, I think like a lot of people, you have the workout of the day. Back in the day, men's fitness. Now it's all, pick the follower du jour on any social media app. But I tried to be structured, upper body, lower body, push, pull, that kind of thing. But to your point, not with a goal necessarily in mind, excuse me, other than the mental and physical well-being.
Yeah.
When you feel like you've worked out.
Yeah.
And you go on with the rest of your day. So I imagine that's better than not doing anything.
100%.
But not historically, I haven't done the, hey, here's a goal and here's a program to get there.
Yeah, another way to really see the distinction between working out and training is if somebody, just, 5 years off the couch, goes into a gym and they start working out, they notice progress at the beginning. Man, first 30 days feel pretty good, especially if they're in there consistently, they're noticing change, et cetera. Then that dreaded plateau shows up. The reason that plateau shows up is because, to your point earlier, without really defining a goal and something targeted to chase after, it's a very whimsical approach in that, man, last week I trained at, 50% of max effort or 60% of max effort. This week, well, based on what I think I did last week or what I remember that I did last week, I'll go a little harder this week. Or I'll make the mistake of going lighter unintentionally while trying to go harder. Right? So without being very, very intentional about tracking what you're doing, measuring what you're doing, engaging the exertion of your effort, you disrespect all the training principles that are actually critically important for the body, not just when it comes to the world of exercise science and what's right to do. Those principles in the world of exercise science were derived based on studying how the body responds to different things. So if you have a month's worth of training where there was a low intensity week, moderate intensity week, high intensity week, then a deload from that before working the whole cycle again. This is how the body responds to adapt, as opposed to hitting those dreaded plateaus where, somebody's been to the gym and you've been wanting to get strong, but you've touched nothing other than 15-pound dumbbells for 3 years.
Okay,
so.
You hit on a lot of things there, and so I think we'll pause this here because I know we have a few more topics we want to get to. But in summary, working out, great. You're going in, you're moving your muscles, but training, you've got a specific, measurable, actionable goal that you're tracking along the way.
Yeah, 100%, and a program that helps you do that. If you are working out and you're in a maintenance season,
Sure.
of your fitness, honestly, no harm, no foul for the most part. Because again, the concept here is to really effectuate progress, right? So if you're in a maintenance phase or in the maintenance season of your life, I'm not gonna really knock you too much for that. But if you have a goal that you're actually trying to achieve and you're working out more than you're training, yeah, it'll be a while if ever.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
Awesome.